Chapter 2. This is so not fair, said Erica. This uniform is ridiculous. She took off her pointy helmet and tossed it to the ground. Angers, said Janice. Why can't your Uncle Mordred know it's Friday the 13th? Angus shrugged. Auntie Lobelia always keeps it a secret from him. That's all I know. Maybe he's superstitious, like my father, said Wiglaf. If my father hears a dog howl in the night, he stays in bed all the next day. He never takes a bath, for he says bathing causes madness, and he often rings a bell to drive away demons. Does that work? Asked Toblet eagerly. It must, said Wiglaf, for no demon has ever come to our hovel. Fiddle feather, said Erica. I do not believe in superstitions. Just then, tweet! The headmaster's whistle tooted. Wiglaf turned to see Mordred standing on the castle steps. He was decked out like a king in a purple cape trimmed in gold braid. His gold rings sparkled in the morning sun. Lobelia stood beside her brother holding a large scroll. Wiglaf had signed his name on that scroll. Every DSA student had. Good morning, all, boomed Mordred. Good morning, headmaster, the class 1 lads and lassies sang out. What a good plan, letting lassies into DSA, Mordred exclaimed. I cannot wait to sign them up. More students, more tuition. He grinned and his gold tooth gleamed. Why, this day shall go down in history. He frowned. What day is it anyway? Toblet called out. It's the Friday the... Angus quickly elbowed him. Out! Cried Toblet. It is the feast day of Saint Helga's handkerchief, Erica called out. Also the feast day of Saint Albert's ankle-bone, called Wiglaf. Here comes your chair, Molly, Lobelia said quickly to distract her brother. Where do you want it? In the shade there, Mordred waved a gold-ringed hand toward the castle wall. Two student teachers struggled down the steps with the heavy, thorn-like chair. The headmaster turned back to class 1. Tweet! He blew his whistle. To the gatehouse, lagage, he bellowed. Stand by to welcome the new lassies. Wiglaf and his friends started off. On the way to the gatehouse, they met Brother Dave, the DSA librarian, coming from the south tower. He wore his brown monk's robe tied around the middle with the length of rope. Today he had a basket over one arm. Good morn to thee, lads and lassies. Brother Dave said he was ever cheerful, though it was not easy being the librarian at DSA, where only 3 of the students and none of the teachers had ever read a whole book. Those 3 students lingered behind as their classmates went on to the gatehouse. Erica, said Brother Dave, art thou still reading all about Sir Lancelot? For the 16th time, said Erica. May I renew it? Certainly. The little monk smiled. Brother Dave, said Angus, breakfast this morning was awful. Do you happen to have a brittle in your basket? I bringed it as a treat for the new lassies, said the monk. His order, Little Brothers of the Peanut Brittle, was famous for making sweet peanut candy. But there is plenty for thee, too. He reached into his basket and broke off bits of brittle. Wiglaf and Angers took theirs eagerly. No thanks, said Erika. I never eat between meals. Angers bit in and said, Wiglaf did the same. You are the best brittle baker, Brother Dave, he said. No, said the Brother Dave. My little brothers back at the monastery sendeth me this brittle, for I cannot bake a fine sticky brittle. Mine turned out hard as a rock. Brother Dave looked so sad that Wiglaf thought it best to change the subject. Has Worm come back yet, Brother Dave? He asked. Worm was a young dragon. Wiglaf and Angers had snuck his dragon egg into the Class 1 dome where he had hatched. Now he lived part-time up in the DSA library, flying in and out through its wide windows at will. Brother Dave was the only teacher who knew about Worm. The monk shook his head. Worm stayed still in the dark forest with his dragon family, he said. He has been gone for a fortnight, Wiglaf said. I fear he has forgotten us. No, my fine lads, Brother Dave said. He couldst never forget thee. A sudden blast of trumpets sounded outside the castle wall. Wiglaf heard the click-clap of horses' hooves on the drawbridge. He, Angers, and Erika ran to the gatehouse. The gates swung open. Pairs of white horses pulled two golden carriages into the castle yard. Several lassies stepped down from each carriage. Let through the gate came a small lass riding a fine red pony. She wore a red gown and red slippers. A fancy red and white bag hung over her shoulder. Her hair was the color of ripe red apples. Never in all Wiglaf's day had he seen anyone with such bright red hair. It made his own carrot-colored hair seem almost pale. The red-haired lass jumped down from her pony and sent it trotting off to the stables. The other lassies gathered around her. I once knew a lass with red hair like hers, Erika whispered as the empty carriages turned around and left the essay. But this cannot be she. That lass loved playing dressed up and having tea parties. She would never come to a dragon slaying school. Erika turned to Class 1. All right, she shouted. Let's welcome the new lassies. Together they cheered. Looty-too-too-ho, looty-too-hey. We are Class 1 from DSA. We stalk dragons. Yes, we do. Big ones, bony ones, fat ones, too. We stalk dragons, young and old. We slay dragons, grab their gold. Yay, for good old DSA, hey! That is so cute, said the red-headed lass. Oh, I just know I'm going to love it here. Erika's eye grew wide. Saint Dominic's dog, she exclaimed. Is that Gwendoline?